Welcome home, Rep Pack. Marcus here, and I'm with Karina. And today is gonna be a huge video. One of the biggest items I've ever picked up on this channel. Gonna be picking it up for my personal collection. On this show, of course, you guys know we look and hunt for all things nostalgic, but especially those things that are animation themed. And I'm trying to grow one of the world's biggest Nickelodeon collections. And a lot of times we never know what we're looking for exactly. We just go and see what we find. But today I actually got a lead on an awesome item that is going to be at this antique market we're going to be going to in a minute, and it is something I have never seen before, and that is an extremely rare CatDog plush. And for some of you guys, you might be like, what the heck is even CatDog? So CatDog is a show that was on Nickelodeon late 90s, early 2000s. It involves a dog and a cat that are fused together, making for a very comedic and fun show because they're basically polar opposites. They live in this town filled with a bunch of other animals, and they get into some hijinks, of course. Dog has always been my personal favorite. I kind of could relate to him the most. He's very, very energetic. Just kind of lets passion take him wherever he's gonna go next. And he's also voiced by our main man, Tom Kitty, as well too. That was one of his early Nickelodeon roles. And it's so hard to find CatDog merch. We'll show you guys some listings online. CatDog plushies in general can go from anywhere from $40 to $100 online. But this one is far rarer than any of those, because the biggest one I've ever seen sell online was about 19 inches. This is an over 4 feet long, gigantic, jumbo CatDog plush. I don't know if it was a display, if it was some kind of really limited short supply fair price. We have no clue, but this is the picture of what it kind of looks like, because we want to save it for when we go in there. But who knows, we might find some other stuff. We look for everything, Disney, Cartoon Network, any of that type of stuff, but we have one thing we're specifically looking for, and that is that CatDog to add to the collection. So let's go ahead and head on over there. We're gonna drive down there actually, so let's drive that way and see if they got it. Oh, there's so many businesses here, but there was no parking, like anywhere. I was getting so, like, you know, I try to be patient, I try to be calm, but part of my fear here is like, my heart's been racing because I want to make sure that this CatDog is still here. This is not a situation where the person is just like holding it for me, like it's a friend or a connection in that way. It's just somebody that told me that they had this at this store for about $100, which is unbelievably affordable for a CatDog item, which already has really rare items, but something that I've never seen before, may not even be many of them left. So since it was also posted online, I'm a little nervous that, you know, it's not gonna be there, and that would kind of defeat the whole purpose of this video, this day, my life. And now I'm really nervous because my head almost exploded from sheer frustration trying to find a parking spot. Like, why? I mean, this area is really beautiful, I'll give them that. But why would you open up this many businesses with like 3 parking spots? This is crazy. And then all the places that have parking, like this here, you can see this bike shop right here has all these beautiful parking spots. But look, see that sign right there? Bike shop parking only. There's parking everywhere, but all of them have signs saying you can only park there if you're buying a car, a bike, a Sherpa sweater in August, you know, like very specific things you don't even really want, but you have to buy them in order to park. All right, trying not to get hit by a car here. You're gonna get across the street. But yes, it is in this area over here, the City of Orange Historical Plaza. So I will update you guys as we get a little bit closer to the store, but we had to park pretty far back so we can make the walk this way. Okay, so we actually have made it to the store here, and it's called Groovy Ghost Vintage. And actually the first place I heard about this place is from a friend of the channel. His name is Justin Talks Puppets. I actually featured him in one of my collection review videos, and he actually did a video here where he picked up a Playhouse Disney sign. He's a really big fan of like Playhouse Disney because of course they had a lot of like puppet related shows back in the day. So he did a whole video coming over here interviewing the staff. He picked up that awesome sign. So as soon as I found it online, like this place it was, I was like, isn't that the place that Justin did a video at? So if you guys want to learn more about the store, the owners, all that stuff, go check out Justin's video. Today, we're gonna be picking up our own little treasure, and that is the CatDog, I hope. Okay, so they already have some really cool stuff that I'm interested in. There's a whole little like nook here of Pokemon stuff. You've got the old school Burger King ones here with the golden Pokemon cards in the back. And then down here we have some packs as well too. Actually, that's like a pretty good deal on these two evolutions for $8.50. I think I might actually get a couple of these on the way out of here. And then over here we have the Journey Together, but evolutions is essentially like all of the old school cards. All of the old school cards were reprinted in this set, but that was like for I think like right after the 20th anniversary. We're coming up on the 30th anniversary, so it's only $2 over what they were out when they, you know, originally launched. So we're gonna grab some of those and maybe we'll get to pull something awesome. Oh, they also have a Gengar Pez. I've never even seen the Gengar.
It's so tiny.
Yeah, like I've seen Pikachu and like Eevee at like Five Below all the time, but I've never even seen a Gengar Pez before. Look at his little face. So essentially what it is it's kind of like when we go to King Richard's where they have booths there where people can kind of rent them out and they have their space and they can put the stuff that they're interested in selling. So this right here is already pretty cool. This is a Disney snow globe here. It's Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, but this is before the actual show Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, I'm pretty sure. Really sweet snow globe there. You got Huey, Dewey, and Louie. There we go, all three of them with their Mickey Mouse ears too. And look at the cool signs they have. So these are from different events at Disneyland. So you have the 2023 New Year's, the Grad Night 2017, New Year's 2025. These are all straight from Disneyland. They've got a bunch of awesome merchandise here too, like clothes. Look at this one, it's so cute. Karina, look at this. Look at this sweater. It's all of like the princesses and Disney characters as babies.
That's so cute.
Yeah, that is adorable. Like vintage Nirvana shirts. I mean, there's some really cool stuff in here. And they said that the CatDog is in the back, so I'm hoping that we can slowly work our way there and still look at everything without missing it. But maybe I should just go back and grab that real quick first. Let me just grab that and then we'll look around more. We got arcade machines, the old CRT TVs, and there he is. There it is, the CatDog in the flesh. This is insane. That is unbelievable how big that is. Take the camera so you can see how big. Like this.
Damn.
That is the coolest thing ever. So it has like the hard kind of like mesh material. So if I were to guess, I would say that this was probably like a fair, like maybe a fair. But the show, CatDog it had a really big launch. That's where all the products that came out for CatDog, they were right at the start. And that show had a few seasons, but the show didn't take off, I think, to the level Nickelodeon would have done merchandise like Rugrats or like SpongeBob or any of those shows. So the merchandise came out that first wave and then they kind of stopped. So this wouldn't have been a prize that was at the fair like every single year. It was probably there like 1 year. And as you guys know, with a lot of like fair prizes, you know, a lot of times they just get kind of dusted. They end up getting cracked and all that stuff and people don't keep them. So I've never seen one of these ever come up online. This is an instant grab. This is probably the best CatDog plush you can find. That is crazy cool. You have cat on this side. You have dog. I have goosebumps. Look at my arm.
Whoa.
This is how you know you love what you're doing. Is like the fact that like literally I'm getting goosebumps just at the excitement of being able to pick this up. Like I don't have a lot of CatDog merch because it's so hard to get, but now I have probably the best plushie. So we're gonna grab this. We're gonna look around the whole store, but I want to get this secured first. I think it's $100, which like I said, regular sized ones are like that much. So this jumbo sized one, take my money, just take it. The same thing, this is a Charmander. But you see how like different it looks, like the old school style to it? It was the same era where they filled it up with the foam style stuff, but that one was actually like, so a lot of times those like foam plushies, they can snap and they kind of have like an awkward body shape, but it's been organically kind of broken down, so it's really soft without it being like noticeably snapped. So this Charmander was like one of the original Charmander fair prizes. So Ryan, put on screen one of the modern day Charmander fair prizes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they look kind of wild. But that's the era he's from, okay? He was here before you were born.
Yeah.
$250. That's not a bad deal. I just, you know, for me, like, I'm already getting the CatDog. That's what I collect mostly. You know, I collect Pokemon. It's usually like cards and stuff like that. So I'm here for the CatDog. But we're still gonna look around and see some of the stuff. You got the Lisa Frank here. Went up to $25,000 sweepstakes. I wonder if that's still valid. And then over here we got the super creepy. There's like snake eyes in the koala.
Ooh.
The Lisa Frank koala. And it sounds like the thermos is still in there too. I love this tangled here. She got their hair dye. She's giving you like the Yeah, style. Garfield here is the vintage Garfield with Pookie. $45. That's another thing. Like, I'm like, I have to be picky because I am getting the CatDog, but tempting.
Oh, Angelica.
Okay, this might make me end up having to get it. $12.99. Okay, I think I have to
That's
grab
cute.
this. I have to grab Angelica. Only $12 too. That's coming with us. This is the Pajama Time Angelica. They have one for Tommy, Chucky, and Angelica. I think I have the Chucky one. I think I need the Tommy one, but now we have the Angelica, and she's actually my favorite. So yeah, we're gonna get that one. Like this type of like antique market, I can really get behind because it's stuff that I like a lot too. Like I usually when I think about antique markets, I'm thinking like, you know, porcelain dolls, china, stuff like that. That's not really my vibe, but this has so much stuff that like I personally am interested in. So really, really cool experience. You're always finding the naked people in every single thing here. It's okay, there's a glare over it. What is this right here? This is a Aladdin, a musical spectacular award, January 14 to January 10, 2016. So it's like, I guess for 13 years of some kind of, you know, for the, I guess the show existing. Very cool though, I just like the look of it. You got a bunch of jewelry as well too, guys. I'm gonna look around the shop a little bit more, just like not filming, just to kind of spot extra stuff, and I'll share it with you guys as we see it. I didn't even see this in the beginning. Like it's like almost you have to walk around like 2 or 3 times because there's just so much stuff you can miss. Down here is all of the gang here in my childhood. Literally, we got all of the original crew, and then we got Jesse,
okay.
the mugs as well too. Very cool. I didn't even know they had homies trading cards. Homies trading cards too. You can get a physical Bitcoin right there. That's a lot cheaper than the real one. So maybe I should just get those. So get me started. It's like a merger of all eras. Like my mom used to have this exact, like maybe not exact, but I would say it's something very, very similar, if not exactly like this on our wall. I never even knew what it meant. It's a thermometer, a barometer. I don't even know what a barometer freaking measures, man. But humidity meter. I don't even think ours worked, but this was the exact same one. So it's cool to just kind of have a nostalgia from different, you know, points of your life. Whether it's something that you grew up with or something that like, you know, your family or your parents had. Crane's over here peeking in the fitting room, trying to see more naked people. she's looking for everywhere around here. She's literally peeking in the fitting room right now. Like, what are you doing, girl? I also have 2 full-blown arcade machines in here. They're free to play as well too. So they're not for sale. I thought for a second they were, but no, they are free to play too. You have the Ultimate Arcade here by Chicago Gaming Company. We're very familiar with Chicago Gaming Company here on the channel. They're the ones that do the, I want to say the Nicktoons Racing Machine, and I think they also make the SpongeBob Jellyfishing Arcade Machine that we have in the cavern. Trying to decide between the Angelica or the Debbie. I think that the Angelica we could get lucky to find one day. And this one, although we couldn't get it online, we're not going to be able to look at it and see the shape of it and everything like you can in person. So I prefer picking stuff like this up in person. So we're going to go with Debbie. We're going to pick Debbie. Sorry, Angelica. I know. I'm sorry. She's fading into the distance. No. Okay, we're gonna take these 2 right here. I gotta say, I really love your guys' store.
Oh, I appreciate that.
It's a whole lot of fun. I think what's coolest about it is like, I was telling them, I think like when I think about antique markets, I'm thinking like porcelain dolls, like, you know, like china and stuff like that. But you guys have so much fun stuff.
Thank
and
you.
I think it's cool. It's a lot of 2000s, 90s stuff, the music, everything. It's a vibe I get around.
Well, before we opened the store, we knew right off the bat we wanted to stay away from the word antique. So when we were like, hey, let's use vintage. So we just stuck with Ruby Goes Vintage, you know.
We wanted, you know, like in shows, it's like, oh, we're going to the Hip Kitty, like we wanted that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
We
can
hang out the Groovy Goes, like that's what we wanted.
That's perfect. I totally see that vibe. So we got CatDog on the shoulder here. We're gonna head out. They were super, super nice. I tried to film a little conversation we had at the beginning. I'm sorry if it was out of like focus at the beginning. I didn't realize that we were gonna be doing that. It just happened to be on, and then I was like, oh, let's try to get this in frame. So yeah, we had a little conversation. They were so, so sweet. Awesome store. Had a lot of fun. I spent a lot of money there. I'm gonna maybe go stop by. We'll look at that other market as well too, just to look, but maybe we'll pick something up. You never know. All right, guys, it's a little hot out here, but we saw this one on the way there. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is a Violet Beauregard plushie. This is Violet, you're turning violet. And it's got her arms sticking out over there. Look at that giant stitch too. Like, so this was something we saw on the way here, but we were like, okay, let's go to get the CatDog first, just in case. But we'll go take a look in there. I'm probably not gonna pick up anything unless it's like, my hands are tied and I have no choice. But we're probably gonna hold out on most things here, but we'll take a look. So over here, Karina was just in here. I knew I was gonna find her over here. She just walked down that way, but you can see her actually over there. You can see our CatDog peeking out. But they had this whole like Sanrio section here. They have a Stanley Cup. They got this little mini fan. But I think the coolest thing is 1984 Tuxedo Sam here from Japan. It's got the spoons in there, the little cups. This is absolutely adorable. The little Puchako drawers too. There's a lot of sweet stuff in here. And what I was just telling Karina is it's crazy that like a lot of the antique booths and stuff, she's like sad because we're getting old, but all the antique booths, they kind of are starting to get stuff that like we grew up with now. And it's weird because I would say maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, me and Parker used to always go to like King Richard's and stuff, and there was never anything from like our era. Like we would have like find like 1 or 2 booths maybe that had like a couple things, you know, from like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, stuff like that. So it's cool to see how things have kind of turned. At least for me, I'm happy about it. It's just cool that now we can go to like the antique markets and, you know, you will be able to find some stuff for yourself in these places. Like this is a little earlier than us, but it's still close. You know, like this freaking adorable Bugs Bunny clock with the carrots for the hands. How much is this one? Doesn't have a price on this one, I don't think. 40 bucks, but that's really cool.
Yeah, this.
Actually, I don't think I do have that. The Jimmy Neutron book. Like I said, we're trying to, even if it's $2, I know we gotta keep, you know, gotta keep money in the pocket for right now. We spent a lot already. They have all of the Land Before Times here. I can't remember all their names. You have Littlefoot, Spike, Sarah. I remember most of them, just not this one, the T-Rex. Karina said she found something. Oh man, what is it?
Yeah.
I have it. Oh, okay, that's really cool.
$15.
Those 25 each. That's a really good deal though. These are the Target. So Nicktoons, they had a little resurgence where they tried to bring stuff back. Ryan will put some photos up of the entire line. I think these are from like 2011. They had a little resurgence where they were trying to bring back a lot of like the Nicktoons stuff. And we got this line of figures with Ren and Stimpy. Probably the most notable item that came out of this line is the Danny Phantom figure that's on screen for you guys. But these are really cool. I do already have the Ren and Stimpy. These ones I wanted to make sure I got first because these were exclusive to Target, which I think these are the only ones from this set that were only sold at Target. So you have Stimpy and also Ren there. Like somebody who needs those though, that is a really cool pickup. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of freaking games. That's a really good deal on the old school Pikachu too. 20 bucks for the old school Pikachu. And then we have a bunch of different Pokemon games here. You can get a green Game Boy, get the Game Boy Advance SP. Which one is your favorite of these 3 here? You can include the DS too.
I remember more playing the DS.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're just trying to be like, oh, I'm so young. Oh, yeah, I remember the Wii and I remember the Switch. You know, the Switch is what I grew up
But
with.
my sister played this a lot, like this one.
Okay, well, I played this one, and then I also played this one. So I would pick up my favorites of all of them is this one, but I like this one more, but I like the backlight on this one more because this one had a backlight and have to be like, you know, trying to find sunspots in the car to play it. This one I could play everywhere. Then there's just like all these little themed booths too, like all these Superman stuff here. Look at all the old school Star Wars figures. For our wrestling fans here, oh, look at the Alien Anatomy. They have this old school Bone Crusher Buddies, WWE, from Jack's Pacific. So you see stuff that you just never even knew existed, like this talking bobble bank for Glenn Quagmire. And it talks too. I can only imagine what sentence it might say or what phrase it might say. That is wild though. Down here we have some Disney art as well too. I think this whole street is something we should come and check like every now and then. What do you guys think in the comments? Let me know. Should I come back to this like area like every 2 months? Because from my experience, like antique places, you don't want to come too often because, you know, you want to give them time to get some new stuff in. But I'm thinking we come like every 2 months or so just from this experience alone. You guys let me know what you think. But I feel like there's a lot of... It's literally almost as tall as you. It's 4 feet, and you're like 4.5 feet. So But look at, there's just so many promising things here of like, you never know what could be something we've been looking for a long time. I mean, there's stuff that like I haven't been looking for that I want to get. So, you know, I think it's definitely worth just getting updated on often.
Ooh, yellow section.
There's a whole, yeah, it's true. The whole section, just this whole booth is all Halloween stuff. I like that though. It's like almost like they put their own collection, but it's also for sale, you know? Oh, dude, that is so cool. So this is a popcorn bucket here, but this is a vampire meter here, or mater. There you go, mater. There's the Mickey one too, but the vampire mater is for sure the coolest. Karina's taking a picture for the Y2K. There's a whole Y2K like type of shelf here with all these. I mean, I don't even, this is, you know, like I know this stuff because growing up around it, but I mean, mostly a lot of the Sanrio stuff I recognize. You got the Bratz there, Friends, the couch. I think that's, I want to say that's Mickey Mouse, but she kind of gives me like Mouser size like vibes for sure. They have the complete series of Gilmore Girls. Oh, there's a Chuck E. Cheese Barbie back there. Honestly, it's even just expanding my knowledge on stuff, like stuff I've never even knew existed I'm seeing today. I love learning more about nostalgia and stuff maybe I didn't grow up with, but getting to see it and just in person. And it always sticks with me. Okay guys, we're gonna probably work our way out of here soon. There's a couple more sections we're gonna check out. This caught my attention down here. It looks like a whole Disney like section. Oh yeah, this whole booth is just all Disney stuff. Oh man, these are so cool. Look at this Winnie the Pooh section. Oh my goodness, look at that room. Oh, Karina wants to show you this one with Kovu and what is it, Kiara? And then over here we have the book ends with Christopher Robin pulling Pooh through Rabbit's hole. This is like vintage too. It's obviously like one of those like, you know, like handmade like piggy banks, but it's still old school. Like, you know, they're not making modern day ones of this. So it's still a pretty sweet little like old vintage bootleg. Do you remember this movie? James and the Giant Peach. That's like something I haven't thought about in so long, but I actually loved that movie as a kid. That's crazy, dude. Have you guys seen James and the Giant Peach? I need to watch that movie again. It's literally been since I was a kid. That's insane. This literally just hit me with a wall of nostalgia. Wow. And then down here we have all the Mickey stuff. Literally, again, goosebumps. Like just from thinking about that, like that movie, like that was such a big part of my childhood that like literally just blanked out on. I used to watch that movie like all the time. And that movie like probably like at least 10 times when I was a kid. All of the Lady and the Tramp, you have like an animal shelf here. They're so cool. And then over here is like all Peter Pan stuff you can see. Look at this little like wooden Captain Hook here with Tinkerbell. Ah, the Peter Pan ship right there too was amazing. Even like these old school style like stitched, amazingly done artwork, like all stitched in Peter Pan artwork pillows. And then of course we gotta leave it off here with the Fresh Prince of the 100 Acre Woods, Tigger here. And even the stool he's on is a Mickey Mouse stool.
That's you at Disneyland?
That's me when I was at Disneyland when I was like 4 years old with my mom. I'll never forget that day. I knew they were gonna make a doll out of it.
That's your mom.
And that's my mom when she was there with me. I was taller than my mom. Here's Karina from that day. You had that big blue hat on. You don't remember that big blue hat you had on?
This is Mitchell.
This is Mitchell right here. Guys, I think on that note, we are going to work our way out of here, but it was a whole lot of fun looking in here. What a fun spot. And if you guys want me to come back to this location, I'm trying to keep it low because it is an antique store and, you know, it's kind of quiet in here. But if you guys want me to come back to this location, maybe next time we'll have a little more extra funds and we could pick up some stuff here because I definitely wanted to. Let me know in the comments down below. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and head back to the car. That was awesome. And we only stopped at 2 of them. There was a lot of other places that we saw along the way. There was at least like 10 different antique markets that were in this area. We just went on one street. So next time for sure, we're gonna look around a little bit more. So we are back in the cavern. I wanted to give you guys some close-up shots of everything. Everything is back here. And also we had those booster packs to open up. But we'll just go in order of what we found first. So first off, I am gonna open this. You guys know I have a little Gengar shelf in my variety room that has a lot of Pokemon stuff. So I just keep all of my little Gengar figures like loose out of box on my shelf. And this is a little addition to add over there. Really cool little guy. I didn't see, like I said, what year these were from, but I don't think that they're that old. I think it's like pretty much probably within the last like year or two, but very, very cool. And I didn't have this one. I wanted to pick up a couple little items there besides just the CatDog. I do have one regret though, and it is these. Because I'm not gonna blame the store themselves. I doubt that they even really knew that they were like not real packs. These are fake. I think how it goes, like I said, there are multiple different vendors that are in that like antique market. So I don't know if maybe it was that particular seller who put these up and they didn't know it was fake. But if they knew they were fake, I think they should be like $1, $2 because they're just made in China, like, you know, mass produced booster packs. And then if they were real, they should be like $40 to $50. I didn't know they were that much. I thought like real ones were probably going for like 15 to 20. So I was thinking $8 is a hell of a deal. So that way I could open them up. But that is a lot though for not real packs. So I don't know. Hopefully somebody tells them at some point. I don't know if they'll see this video or not, but I'd hate for other people to get them and then kind of be disappointed. So yeah, these are not authentic packs. Let's just see what is inside of them. I'm gonna open it. I'm not gonna go take them back. That's just not the kind of guy I am. If it was like Target, Walmart, oh, these would be going back. But since it's a small store, I'm not gonna do all that. I'm just gonna open them up. You know, I like being able to support a small Southern California business. So let's go ahead and take a look here and see what is actually in these. So yeah, that is, I mean, out the gate is this Gengar card. That is not even in this set. This is a card that is exclusively a promo. You can only get this as a promo in a Gengar EX box that is on screen here. I will give them this though, for a fake set. The cards are all the cards from the correct set. Sometimes you open these up and there are cards from completely different sets, but I'm more beating myself up for not realizing it in the store, because I was like, you know, so caught up in the moment. Ryan, can we look back on the footage and like, was the crimps of these like visible? Because like I feel like I couldn't see the crimps on them. So then it's like they're behind the glass, somebody grabs them, they put them in a bag, you don't see them until after you're done. Not to say that it was like nefarious, I'm just saying that like the way it was, I don't think I was able to notice it that immediately. So for that reason, I'm gonna give myself a break, but I should have noticed immediately that these were not real. As soon as I got home and I opened them up right now, I was like, huh. Easy tell, Pokemon cards do not have these like edged things here on top. Plus also the print quality on the packs is a little bit rough, but it's not terrible. Like, they're pretty good fakes. And also another tell is that every pack has a holo in it. So, you know, we got all of the base set reprint cards, like I said, that are supposed to be in Evolution. So I mean, the cards are the ones that are in the cards, are in the set, but you know, they're not in the right order for sure. And then yeah, this card is also not in this set. I don't remember what set this is from. I want to say maybe like XY Generations or something like that, but not in Evolution. So yeah, big yeah, that's sad. I think actually the Gengar and this are available in Fates Collide or something like that, one of those sets. So yeah, that's unfortunate. $17 for fake cards. That hurts. More importantly, maybe I should just stick to the things that I'm going there for. We got this guy here, or this girl here, and that is the Debbie figure here. This is for sure real. This is the Debbie from the Wild Thornberries.
Dad, do I have to go?
Yes, Debbie, you have to.
We only got this one because it is $40, not super cheap, but I would say going into next year, like I said, we're definitely gonna still pick up SpongeBob stuff next year too. It'll probably still be like 50% of what we do because I love SpongeBob. He's my favorite character, but not just that, he has the most merchandise. So if we're going to do like store hunts, usually it's gonna be SpongeBob, Garfield, TMNT. But I do wanna make more videos going and looking for some of the other Nickelodeon characters or Nicktoons. But when I do those videos, we'll probably be checking them out, looking around the stores, whether we go to a convention, a store, looking around and getting a lot of our footage at the store, and maybe only leaving with 1 or 2 items. But that's just because of the fact that like if it's a SpongeBob item, that's just because of the fact that they're usually more expensive. For example, if SpongeBob stuff, like out of 1 out of every 10 SpongeBob items can be something valuable. Usually they're all within like the $10 to $20 range, maybe even less if it's something modern. So buying a lot for SpongeBob online is relatively easy because 1, a lot of people have SpongeBob stuff. It's a huge show. This stuff was mass produced compared to any other show. And because there is so much stuff that's not worth a lot, nobody really usually feels like going through and trying to price every single item out or like selling individually. So somebody who really knows everything about those products can find gems in the rough, those diamonds in the rough that are worth quite a bit. And you're able to get the whole lot for a decent price. But with Nickelodeon stuff, for one, there's not just a lot of it in general. There's not a ton of Wild Thornberries figures out there people even have or kept. So finding a lot in itself would be pretty remarkable. But as soon as they look up one of the items in that set, they're gonna see most of them are, you know, relatively pricey. So finding a deal on that kind of stuff is a little harder. So I can see us probably picking up smaller stuff, but also a little bit more, I guess you could say, quality over quantity. Even though I think the quality is roughly the same, I guess just in terms of rarity over quantity. So that's something to keep in mind as we do the videos next year. If you don't see me coming out with bags and bags, it's probably because some of the figures I'm picking up are like $50 to $100 individually. But I think this is so awesome. This is my first Wild Thornberries like character figure like this. I have like a Eliza plushie. I think we have a Donnie that you'll be seeing coming up soon here. I have some items, of course, but I think of like the individual character profile dolls like this. This is my first one, so really happy to have this. Proud to own Debbie, and you guys get to see a close-up look of her as well. And now we got to look out for Eliza, Darwin, and Donnie. Those are the other 3 in this line to collect. And then, of course, we have the CatDog. So yes, in the cavern it looks a little bit smaller in here, but this thing is massive. I already cleaned up Dog's eyes quite a little bit here, and then also with Cats, I have cleaned him up a little bit too. I'm going to go ahead and get my cleaning supplies very soon, because I cannot put this guy in the washer. The material that it's made out of, it would not do well in the washer. Plus, it's really big too and long, so I don't even know how it would work. But I do have a way of cleaning plushies outside of the washing machine, so I'm going to be cleaning this guy, disinfecting him, so that way he is ready to be in the collection. But a fantastic piece. I may not have a lot of CatDog items, but having one of the biggest ones definitely makes me happy. And like I said, next year, you never know what stuff we'll end up finding. You know, a couple awesome CatDog action figures out there that I would love to be able to add to the collection. We were able to check off a lot of the Fairly Odd Parents one, the Jimmy Neutron ones, the Rocket Power ones the last year. But there's a lot of stuff we haven't checked off, so let's just keep it moving. Let's see what we can find. Again, this is all the next year. We still have like 3 more months in this year, but I just kind of want you to give you an idea. This video is definitely a good example of the kind of stuff that I want to do in 2026 as we get closer to the new year. I know some of you guys are like, hey, we're still in 2025, baby. Slow down, all right? I'm not turning another year older quite yet. But yes, guys, I just wanted to share that with you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new here. If you guys want to support this show so we can make more videos like this in the future, please go check out my Patreon. Big shout out to all the supporters on Patreon already. Thank you guys so much. And also shout out to our members exclusively here on YouTube. Shout out to all of you guys. You can sign up for Patreon or YouTube, either one, vice versa, from little as $2 to $3, and it helps immensely with keeping this show possible. It's a community thing. $2 or $3 from multiple different people adds up to being able to continue this show going for years to come. So it really does make a difference. And you can also check out my Whatnot stream, where I'm live every single Friday and Wednesday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Come check out the show so you guys do not miss it. Come hang out with us. We do giveaways every stream, and I know you're gonna love it. You can just come to hang out. You don't have to buy anything, but if you do, you get 15 bucks for free, which is also a nice little perk. So that information is down below. Before we go anywhere though, you know the drill. Scan it.
Coming up the elevator, stepping on a glass house wall.
Alright, so on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here, Patreon, whatnot, YouTube memberships, all that stuff is down below. I will see you guys in this video right here, which I know you are going to love. I'll see you guys in that one. And as always, Rep Pack, I'll see you beautiful people in the next video. Adios and bloop!